Bible man can do whatever a Bible can. Bible man, who knows? My spine hurts.
Hi! How is the lovely couple? Shnikes.
I think I'm gonna keep that mic test for lols. Hello and welcome back to my continuation of redesigning BibleMan characters. I have redesigned the BibleMan Genesis heroes, so this time I'm going to attempt to redesign the villains of Genesis. Now, there is literally a new villain for every single episode, and most of them are played by the same guy since he was so good at portraying villains. So forgive me if I skipped a few or decided to smash a few together, which I did. Also understand that some of my drawings or ideas were completely unachievable with the budget of the show and the special effects of the day, but I'll still try to insert ideas of how they could have pulled these ideas off. Anyway, I hope you enjoy my take on the different villains of BibleMan Genesis. The Fibbler was my first attempt at twisting whatever this was into something a little more goofy or memorable. My initial idea was to make him into a wooden doll, inspired by Pinocchio. Later, you'll see me try to add some wooden joints before I scrapped that idea. I still wanted to base him off of the trope of Pinocchio, since the original source material shows him having this really long, hooked sort of clay mound nose. I made his nose rather long and pointy instead, and I cut down his crazy color palette into something a bit more matchy-matchy. It would have been awesome to see his nose grow as he whispered lies and false promises while trying to play his nose growth off as normal. It would have been even funnier if telling the truth was somehow painful or sickening to him, but he has to do it to get his nose to go down. That, or he's perfected the art of half-truths, which is essentially the same as lying. Perhaps the BibleMan studio could have achieved this effect with a quick flash of light and the application of a longer and longer nose prosthetic. He's also got some sort of clown-looking makeup, which honestly works as a lie-based character. He's making a fool out of himself with his lies. And here is the redesign of the Fibbler, or Joker from Wish.com, whatever you prefer. I knew immediately that I wanted to give the Queen of Gossip 3 mouths. It would have emphasized the fact that gossip is all talk, talk, talk. And isn't there an expression for talking out of the side of your mouth? I also wanted to make her a witch, since she seems to shoot lightning at BibleMan at some point, and her skin is this eerie gray color. Now, as I was looking at her strange clothes, which sort of resemble a collection of rags, I was hit with the urge to base her new fit off of the beautiful Romani nomadic dresses. I didn't want to dress her in nonsense, as the habit to gossip often seems very attractive and not at all harmful. Now, a disclaimer, I am not at all saying that the Romani nomad people are gossips or witches or should be considered thus. I honestly just wanted to take inspiration from their beautiful culture and the theatrical mystic arts I've read about, since it seems to really fit the ticket for this redesign. My intention was not to be rude, and I seriously think their dresses and dances are just stunning, hence why I took inspiration from them to make the alluring gossip queen. Now, here she is. I honestly love her heterochromia and her dress and just everything. Her hair was a challenge, but I think it did really well, and just gosh, I love this textured, thick curl style. Rapscallion P. Sinister was a weird one. He looks like a mashup of a bunch of different outfits and such that I've seen before, and I nearly imported the wrong pictures for his outfit. I made his color palette all grays and reds, and I made his lipstick a slightly different hue. I love his bright red facial hair too. It's really giving off this comic-esque look. Because Sinister looks a lot like a cyborg, I leaned into the very technology villain aesthetic. I surrounded him with glowing screens and holographic projections that he could use to do his evil deeds. There's not a whole lot to say about this fella, so here he is. I really like him, to be honest. He's got that cute vibe. Now this guy is called, get ready for it, Wacky Protester. I honestly should have made him a Just Stop Oil guy. However, I saw him beside a bunch of potions in my screenshots, and I decided to make him a wacky potion zombie scientist. I stretched out his mouth for a more eerie look, and better color matched his outfit. I'm thinking Minecraft witch vibes. He probably cackles and mutters to himself as he's cooking up potions with different effects. It would also be a real challenge for BibleMan. Perhaps he tries to slice through a thrown projectile and it just splashes all over him. That smile effect might be hard to get right on set, so perhaps face paint or prosthetics or even like a mouth stretch thing could do the trick. Other than that, this is a pretty simple redesign. Here he is, the wackiest of potion protester boys himself. What's your favorite so far? Primordius Drool was definitely a fun character to watch. He was expressively cartoonish, over-exaggerated in the best way, and hilariously self-aware. Honestly, the entire show is just so self-aware. They keep making budget jokes, breaking the fourth wall, and addressing that there would be too many characters for an episode and such, and it was refreshingly clever on their part. Anyway, I instantly wanted to take the fantasy goblin inspiration route for Drool. I pointed his ears, sharpened his teeth, and made his hair slightly more green. He sings and dances, and he's very theatrical, so I wanted his pose to reflect that, and boy did I struggle. I eventually resorted to tracing the pose, because I was completely out of it. I made his outfit a little more presentable, I guess, by muting some colors or omitting them entirely. His coat and pants had these intricate swirls and metallic reflections, so I tried to include that, and I fancied up his coat a lot. He's such a fashionable lad, and I can totally see him snapping his suspenders to emphasize a point, or whipping off his jacket for a dance move. Here he is! He was a fun one to glow up. Would you have done anything differently for him? The name Shadow of Doubt does not make me think budget Frozone at first. I instantly envisioned some sort of horrible thing slinking in the shadows, spilling over you, choking out light as whispers of hopelessness and doubt emerge from the darkness. Instead of confronting you, this enemy dodges and wisps out of the way, choosing to always attack in the subtlest of ways. Always whispering, always following, you truly cannot ever be rid of the smoke and the shadows. Not until you are engulfed in the light of God. I decided to make this dude literal smoke. I included the red saber just to mesh his eyes, and to show that sometimes doubt will assault its victims directly. It will get up in their faces and hoarsely cry your own thoughts to you. Not good enough, it says. What if God doesn't know what he's doing? Can he really hear you, tiny insect? Why does he choose to do this to you? If you can't tell, I've been struggling hard with this enemy as of late. Being in constant pain and stress kinda does things to you. I'm so thankful that light always seems to pierce through my own doubts. Smoke machines, black sheets, and dark outfits and little red lights for the eyes would definitely make this enemy come to life. Darkening sets and never actually showing him fully illuminated until the end could do wonders to show the truly terrifying capabilities of the Shadow of Doubt. I hope you like my rendition. The latest of the batch and the epitome of my insanity is Luxer sponddra. Now, it's stupid hard to find the BIBLEMAN villains online, their names and episodes and references and all of that. It's just hard. A lot of them look very similar. They reuse a lot of the props for each villain, and at least 6 of them are played by the same dude. So I combined 3 into 1 to make Luxer sponddra. I wanted to take this insane cyborg fighter route and included inspirations from Robots in Disguise Megatron for his arm cannon and Star Wars clones for their armor. Sponddra is the big boss battle. He's the biggest of the bads, and he has the firepower and the strength to crush an entire congregation. So little of his own humanity is left, he cannot feel a thing. I wanted to make his color palette white, gray, and magenta. Don't ask me why, it just looks cool. I can see him spinning around and slashing at heroes, ducking a missed strike only to straighten and fire with his arm cannon. His armor could be made of foam, and robotic noises could be added in After Effects. Little lights could make the buttons along his body glow, and neon magenta and black lights could make his cape glow on set. I'd honestly love to see a cosplay of this, it looks sick. In case you couldn't tell, yes, I forgot what sins or temptations he embodies, he's just a bad guy. I hope you like what I came up with. That concludes the Genesis villains. I'm currently struggling with the redesigns of the Power Source villains. Wish me luck. What was your favorite so far? Did you watch BIBLEMAN growing up? I loved hearing all the stories and fond memories you guys shared with me on my last video, so thank you for your encouragement and support. I hope you join me next time when I redesign the Power Source villains.